Hello everybody, hope all of you are doing wonderful. Today in this tutorial we are going to tackle a real world data problem using our favorite pandas in Python. While pandas is great for simple tasks like data cleaning and summarization, it is also incredibly powerful when dealing with complex multi-step problems. Today in this tutorial we will be going through complex real world problem which can arrive at your project as well. This will help you understand how to break down large data challenges into manageable pieces and solve them step by step by using Pandas. Let's go through the scenario. We have been given sales data from an e-commerce platform. The dataset contains transaction records of customers, including the following columns. The data will have the following column: transaction ID, customer ID, product ID, quantity, price per unit, transaction date. Our goal is here. Our goal is in the following complex questions, like calculate total revenue generated each month, find the top 5 customers based on total spending, analyze the trend of purchase over time, and identify most purchased product and analyze which month they are sold the most. So these would be some complex problem which will be solving using Pandas. Let's get right into it. Set. Step 1 would be loading the data set, which I have already done. I just created this random sales data through some things, and I have kept all the columns same as this. So I have just created 5,000 rows, which will be enough for this tutorial, but in real life cases there will be way more rows. So let's go ahead. I have run it again and it produces output. That means the data is loaded correctly. Let's move to the next step. Next step would be to calculate monthly revenue. So to calculate monthly revenue generated each month, we need to create a column for total revenue and then group the data by transaction month. Let's see how we can do that. First, what we will do, we will create a total revenue column. That should do it. Then let's just complete the first step first. So our goal here is to calculate monthly revenue. That is what our goal is. We'll start step by step. So first we can do total revenue, just giving it a column name of total revenue, and then what we need to do, here we have 2 columns, right? One is quantity, the other one is price per unit. So the thing is, what we can do here, we can multiply the quantity with price per unit. That will give us the total revenue. Hope that makes sense. So let's go. Working. This new column should be added. Let's just check it once. It has the total revenue. So total revenue is nothing but this multiplied by this. See, if you see, this is what happening here. The second step would be to convert transaction date to date time. This is important, guys. We have the data which is loaded might have loaded the data as string type, which is not what date type need to be. So we will use to date time to convert the string date into a proper date time format, which will be helpful if you want to filter some data, let's say beyond 2002 per month. All this calculation we need to do. We need to first convert it into date time so that we can do all these things. Hope that makes sense. So we'll just convert, we'll just take the column which was already there, which is transaction date, and I'll try to write some pd dot to date time. We should do it, and then we will put transaction date in here. I think this should do it. Just for the record, let's see what transaction date is loaded as. So it is an object type, which is not correct. Again, let's check once more. What is, see, this is a string, it's not correct. And when I run this, what's the issue here? Okay, this is not dt, this is df. Now I run it, see, this is converted into timestamp, which is correct, right? Every time you load some data, this is very crucial part where you need to convert the date into proper date format. Always remember that. Let's go forward. Next step would be to extract the month and year from transaction date. Our next step is to extract the month and year from transaction date. This is only possible if you convert the date time, if you convert the string into date. Otherwise, this is why this was important to do in the first place. Let's move. Dot. Let's see if this works. Okay, so we have taken the month and the year, right? If you want to take the month and the year from a date type thing, you can do this dt.toPeriod. Yeah. This is how we can extract the month and year. Let's move forward. Our next step was to calculate monthly revenue. So we can calculate monthly revenue by grouping by the month year, right? This will give us monthly revenue for each month of each year. So the thing is, we'll group by month here. So let's say we group. If you guys know SQL a little bit, you know that we can group by and then make the summation over all those group, right? Let's say you group by year. You have in a stack of the data from all the rows from 2023, then 2024, then 2025. Then you can run aggregate function over them like sum, max, min, all these things, right? Let's go and see how we can do that in Pandas. So here we have monthly revenue equal to df dot group by. We will group by month year, and then we'll use the total revenue column which we already generated, and we will run a sum over it. So this should do it. I think the monthly revenue is wonderful, guys. See, here we have revenue for each month of each year. 2024-7, the total revenue was this, right? This is some great stuff. And then this, then this, then this. This is just the aggregation of This is just the aggregation of all the rows which come for a particular month. So we are done with the first part of the question, which was calculate the total revenue generated each month. Let's move to the second part. Guys, if you want total revenue from different years, in that case you can try grouping by year, right? There you will need to extract year. In there you can name it year, and then you can do the same thing with year. But month year is more practical if you want to have like every month detail, like each month of each year, how much we did, how much we made the revenue. Okay, let's move to the third step. Third step would be identify the top 5 customer by total spending. Let's see how we can do that. Let's just try to find out which customer spend the most by grouping by customer, and then seeing each customer how much he is spending. Okay, so I have the code ready already. I'll just paste it here. So what we are doing in this, we are tracking the customer spending. We're grouping by customer ID, and then we are doing a summation aggregate function over total revenue. This will give us how much the expenditure of a single customer. Then what we are doing, we are sorting in descending order to get the top 5 customer, right? That is the thing. You can sort it like this: ascending equal to false. You need to put that if you want the sorting value to be in descending order. Let's see the result. So customer number 8391 made the most, he spent the most money, the company got the most number of revenue. So like this shows that these customers are a priority, right? Maybe the company can see from which locality they are, what kind of job they do, so that they have some actionable insight over it. So you understand that why is it very bad. This part is very important to understand. Let's move. One challenge I can give you guys is to try like, instead of top 5, which is a very easy, just populate the top 10 customers. And one more thing, you can populate top 10 customer per category, if category information is also there, which can be a useful data analyst. Let's move. So guys, fourth step would be trend of purchase over time. Here we are concerned about monthly. Let's see how we can do that. I have the code ready. I'll just paste it to save you guys some time, and I'll just try to explain it. I think I've not let's see if this works. Okay, so in this system I don't have the library installed. This can do it. Every time you have issue related to a library, this is very basic, you can install it like this in VS Code over your IPI NB file. Let's see if this helps. This should work after this. This is done. So guys, the trend of purchase is very visible if you see here, right? So what we have done, we have grouped by month, year, okay, and then we have like how many transactions happened over that period. We have made a count of that, and then we have plotted it over a graph, a line graph, where we have two axes. X-axis would be month and y-axis would be number of transactions. So there's a clear trend that in September the number of transactions dropped, right? There was a peak in October, there was a peak in somewhere here, and it completely dropped in September. So maybe we can, the company can have some plan, like maybe save some resources or do something in this period for their employees, or how they can increase the number of sales and why is it happening. They can have some kind of information through this, right? And why it was peak here, what happened here that it surged like this, and why it went down. All this information is very important to a company. Let's go among here, which seems to be the biggest month. I think this one, right? This month is the biggest. Okay, let's move to the next step. Our next step is Step 5, it would be most purchased product and their best selling months. So here we will be having information related to products. Which is the most purchased product and why that product is the most purchased? What we have implemented in that product that is making good sales. We can understand that after reviewing the data. Let's go about it. The code as always I've just pasted. Sorry about it. Okay, so the first so what we do here, we group the data by product ID and sum the quantity to find the most purchased product. You understand that we have grouped the data by product ID, so stack every rows of that product ID differently, and then we do a aggregation of the quantity. It shows us how many quantity of that product has sold. And then like we did last time, we'll just print the top 5 products, right? We have here the top 5 product, after which, and we further group the data by month here to see when each product sold the most. Just run it. So here we can see product itna sales by month. We can see, right, for each product sales by month. So product number, these are the product ID, and for product 654 sales by month we have 9 in this, and then 25 in this, and 10 in this, and we have this data. These all data is very useful. Then we have for this product we have some data. All these are very useful data for data analysis. Let's move and see. I have a challenge for you guys again. Can you create a chart showing monthly sales for the top 5 product? Let's move. And by this I think we have solved all the questions, right? Time for the conclusion. To recap, we calculated monthly revenue, which is crucial for understanding business performance. And then we identify our top customers, which can help us in customer retention strategies. And then we analyze trend in transaction to understand seasonal or monthly pattern. Then we found the best selling product and when they sell the most, which is a key for inventory and marketing planning. I encourage you guys to solve more real life problem with Pandas, which is a powerful tool. And you have some suggestion for, maybe you have some problems which you want to solve, you can pin down in the comment and I'll try to make a tutorial over it. The more you work with complex data set, the more you will appreciate how amazing Pandas is. Stay tuned for advanced Pandas technique and real life data analysis. Thank you for following along, and remember, the knowledge which you don't use is useless. So don't forget to use all this technique in your next project. And until next time, happy coding.